Hi, today I'm going to be talking about something I feel strongly about. So it's about management styles. So I know there are several kinds of how a manager manages people. I'm going to be talking about a few of them. But first, what is management? So, management is the art of getting employees together in a common platform and extracting the best out of them, refers to effective organization management. So basically, um, management is effectively managing an organization, a group of employees. So, and it's also a very important role. And I think all the places has a manager. Okay, so what is meant by management style? So every leader has a unique style of handling the employees. The superiors must decide on the future course of action as per the existing culture and conditions at the workplace. It also affects the nature of how the employees' mindsets work. The management style has something to do of how the employees in that workplace set their mindset, and also it affects how the culture in such an organization is going. So I have here five management styles that I want to talk about, and I'm going to be sharing how I feel about them, like the pros and cons of having this kind of management style, and also I'm going to be talking about which I think is the most effective for me, for my in my opinion. So first, I'm going to be talking about the autocratic style of working. So this style is, well, it's basically the superiors do not take into consideration the ideas and suggestions of the subordinates. So the managers, leaders, and superiors have the sole responsibility of taking decisions without bothering much about the subordinates. So, in my opinion, the pros of this is that you can make your own judgment from your own experience. And but I think this has more cons than pros, because when you only care about your judgment, you don't get feedback from your employees, then you don't know what's you don't exactly know what's best for them if you just base it from your own judgment, if you don't listen to them. So I think it's very important to take into consideration what your employees have to say about something. Also, in this kind of management style, the employees are solely dependent to the manager. Or it's like the manager is like the boss, and it's more of like not the leader but the boss. Um, this management style, also another con of this is that the employees may lack motivation in this kind of management style, because when employees don't feel like they're being heard, they don't feel motivated at work. Next one is the paternalistic style of working. So, in paternalistic style of working, the leaders decide what is best for the employees as well as the organization. The suggestions and feedback of the subordinates are taken into consideration before deciding something. So, this is more like the opposite of the autocratic. So, it's like the opposite, but in a better way. Because paternalistic is you are still solely responsible for every decision making for the organization, but you take into account what the employees' feedback are. In such a style of working, employees feel attached and loyal towards their organization. They feel more loyal to their leader and they feel supported as well. So for me, I think this is how I portray my management style. Because I think the best way to be effective is to know their feedback so that I can make decisions based on how we all can improve. And not just for my case, but for everybody in the organization as well. Next is democratic style of working. In such a style of working, superiors welcome the feedback of the subordinates. Employees are invited on an open forum to discuss the pros and cons. And the superiors listen to what the employees have to say before finalizing on something. So it's something like paternalistic, but mostly, well, paternalistic, you hear what the employees have to say, but still the final decision will be based from your judgment. So you can like weigh out every decision you can make. In democratic style, you hear their decisions and it's like you're gonna be voting for it. So it may not be the best thing for the manager, but since everybody in the organization feels that it's like the best thing, then that's what has to be done. Next is the laissez-faire style of working. In such a style of working, managers are employed just for the sake of it and do not contribute much to the organization. The employees take decisions and manage work on their own. Individuals who have the dream of making it big in the organization and desire to do something innovative every time outshine others who attend office for fun. So employees are not dependent on the manager and know what is right or wrong for them. So basically, this is like you're just filling that managerial position, but you're not really doing anything about it. You're not making decisions. You're just like the so-called manager. And in this style of in this management style, in this kind of management style, most likely the people who do something better has a better chance of outshining themselves and like growing more. So basically this management style is like you're just carefree. You don't care about what they do, how they do it, but you're just there for the position. I don't For me, if this case happens, I wouldn't even know how that sort of person was able to take that position. If Because I don't think this management style is not really a deserving position to be a manager. So, well, it's just my opinion. We all have different opinions. So next one is management by walking around style of working. So this one also is kind of my personal style of how I manage. So in this type of management style, managers treat themselves as an essential part of the team and are efficient listeners. The superiors interact with the employees more often to find out their concerns and suggestions. And the leader is sort of like a mentor more than a boss. The managers don't lock themselves in cabins or inside the office. Instead, they walk around to find out what's happening around them. So, my own management style is like a combination of the paternalistic and the management by walking around style. I find this most effective because aside from knowing So while I do the walking around style, I also get to know the employees' feedback. And also, I kind of like level myself to them so that they feel that I'm more empathetic to them, and that would make them trust me more and be more loyal. And I think that's gonna be more motivating for them if they feel like they're being valued inside an organization. So I think this is, if I'm not gonna be the manager, this as well is what I want my manager to be. I want my manager to be like accommodating and approachable, and not just someone who's like bossing everybody around. So I think, so this is just my opinion. I think we all have different opinions, um different preference of how we want to be managed or how we want to manage, but this is what's most effective for me in my case from my experience. And yeah, so I hope you learned something from my video, and yeah, thank you.